This motherfucker going skits.
Ass around, bitch, I'm a gangsta, I knock you noodles back. Clout chasing to get famous, it's a channel 2 for that. It's a killer circle, you a pussy, ain't no room for that. Welcome to the chopper zone, my Yankees show the proof in that. Ass around, bitch, I'm a gangsta, I knock you noodles back. Clout chasing to get famous, it's a channel 2 for that. It's a killer circle, you a pussy, ain't no room for that. Welcome to the chopper zone, my Yankees show the proof in that.
My niggas ruthless, really shoot shit. Fuck truces, put a dagger through your heart, this ain't Cupid. Stupid, if you see me brandish, I'ma use it. Ain't no acting, I get active on the skit and drop a movie. Yeah, I ain't looking for your pups, I'm with the big dog. Me and brother, I dug, he put a hat on the 6-0. Try to break pocket out this bit before you dip off. Switch him so many times that his face wiped his lips off. Yeah, don't get picked off when it kick off, I'm on the front line. One nick, 2 sticks and a drum, I'm on the drum line. You gon' see really rockin' for you when it's crunch time. High power and so right, we'll take it there with one time. Yeah, nigga, all I wanted was some J's and a stick. Ain't no I bounce on all day, sling this A at your whip. You ain't active with the wires, how you get your shit stripped. Keep popping the field, don't get spanked tryna bend.
Ass around, bitch, I'm a gangsta, I knock you noodles back. Clout chasing to get famous, it's a channel 2 for that. It's a killer circle, you a pussy, ain't no room for that. Welcome to the chopper zone, my Yankees show the proof in that. Ass around, bitch, I'm a gangsta, I knock you noodles back. Clout chasing to get famous, it's a channel 2 for that. It's a killer circle, you a pussy, ain't no room for that. Welcome to the chopper zone, my Yankees show the proof in that. Welcome to the chopper zone, bitch, is where it's ruthless at. Gotta watch them niggas joking, it's a little truth in that. I took Keto off his hip because he wasn't using that. In the presence of a gangster, now he wasn't used to that. R.I.P. to Stunner Steve, bitch, we brought that stupid rack. Seen a sucker made him flinch, so I gave him 2 for that. And I heard he Muslim, now I'm looking for his kufi hat. I'ma hit him in his mouth because that nigga lose with that. You see this rollie on my wrist, yeah, I pay the blues for that. If a nigga reach for this, then he gon' make the news for that. Pillow talking to the bitch, and he think he cool for that. He said I do what the hoop, man, he a fool for that. Cutting bits with beard, never, yeah, that's where we shooting at. Walk ups and standovers, we the ones that's doing that. We ain't shooting out the car, we ain't in there doing that. Put a body on this blick and swap it out, I'm through with that. Ass around, bitch, I'm a gangsta, I knock you noodles back. Clout chasing to get famous, it's a channel 2 for that. It's a killer circle, you a pussy, ain't no room for that. Welcome to the chopper zone, my Yankees show the proof in that. Ass around, bitch, I'm a gangsta, I knock you noodles back. Clout chasing to get famous, it's a channel 2 for that. It's a killer circle, you a pussy, ain't no room for that. Welcome to the chopper zone, my Yankees show the proof in that.
Pop out they cut like who is that? Nigga, ain't no shooting back. You seen it came, tried to break them 7-6 ripped through his back. Brody carried, I was so I gotta do it next. Splash game, you came for the dub. Had me thumbing through a check. I'm the driver and the shooter. I come through to the neck. I was hella mad, they broke me off, and I was coming through the fast. Asked the homie, this ain't night. Go back, drip through their chest. Drop 10 out the neck. Next day on another skit. Yeah, I talk about the test, but I didn't scratch it off the list. 5 minutes, you'll be in the chinks. Then I'm smashing on the splits. She come home over that bag. They got another fight to catch. We got peas, we got grapes, we got white, we got fat. Get some niggas up in trap, they already know what time it is. Get on live and drop they low. Call up, bro, it's time to spin. Niggas mad over the bitch. That was the only time we tripped. That nigga whipped out heater on me. When I seen him, let it drip. Gang. Crook on that crazy, nigga. Hey, gang. Hey, some cated lane, nigga. Hey, gang. Gang.
Gangland was happening. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying though, man. Weez, Gotti, Yada, Freedom niggas, man. Shout out to Richmond. Shout out to Frisco, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the city. 2 niggas went in real quick. And ain't no excuses. Them niggas locked up. Them 2 niggas on that song locked up. Ain't no excuses why you, bruh. Yeah, so yeah, y'all ain't got no excuses, nigga. Them niggas locked up. You know what I'm saying? GLD, them niggas locked up. So there's really no excuses on why y'all niggas ain't dropping no music. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, what's going on, man? We live like channel 2 and 5. It's Gangland TV to sit down live. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell, man. We around this motherfucker. Hold on, man. We about to pull up some Motown business. Man. Kamaya. We about to pull out this, this Kamaya. Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We about to get it in on this Good Friday. Slapping some town shit. You know what I'm saying? That was just Weez, Gotti, and Yada. You know what I'm saying? Out of San Francisco and Richmond, California. Now we about to take it back to the town of Oakland and get on this Kamaya. So yeah, y'all know what it is. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and slap that notification bell. Niggas, Gangland.
Hey, Hey, playing with the shit, hey. Little chick still playing with the shit, hey. Got it back, still playing with the shit. Oh, homeless ass nigga, what you stand with the bitch? Playing with the shit, hey. You can tell who really playing with the shit, hey. You broke as hell, you ain't playing with the shit. Pillow talking on the players while you live with the bitch. I heard my name in rooms that I ain't been in. They running off shit that I invented. You gotta show that ass and all them titties. Cause you cannot rap, that's all facts, you all gimmicks. I'm a big dog in my division. I'm the big boss in y'all pigeons. Bird assholes with no vision. I got up off my ass and I made my own millions. Broke ass nigga, I can tell you a thug. Rich ass bitch, I wear Chanel in the tub. PWS, I'm a player with a slug. I'm a 30 in that bitch, it ain't no snare in that drum. Car loud as shit, you can tell when I come. It's the head and I get, keep it player when I'm done. Hey, I'm with the shit, hey, where all of it. I'm a superstar, but I hang with players and the thugs. Playing with the shit, hey. Little chick still playing with the shit, hey. Got it back, still playing with the shit. Oh, homeless ass nigga, would you stand with the bitch? Playing with the shit, hey. You can tell who really playing with the shit, hey. You broke as hell, you ain't playing with the shit. Pillow talking on the players while you live with the bitch.
I can tell, nigga sick. Feel like I'm homeless, I be laying with them sticks. Shit, for real. Hey. Bitch, all advance on my wrist. Hey. So early in the morning to some egg toast and grits. What the fuck is my meat? Hell wrong with this bitch. Hey. Shopping for new tools, got your hoe on my list. Hey. Eat the egg hunt, shells coat, buy his fix. Pull up, knock his power out the pole, gotta switch. No more responding, I'ma catch him, nigga, know he sliding. When them bald heads hit him, he ain't Jody mama. Yeah, I dropped the song, call who shot you, but he know who got him. The way we got doggone, feel like Coney Island. Man, bitch keep on hating, cause my side hoe look like Pocahontas. Ex bitch had a shot, she let him fuck it up, just photo bombing. Knocked her for 250,000, when it bought some house. Guess he fresh to death, he hit the mall, we caught him walking out it.
Playing with the shit, ayy. Little chick still playing with the shit, ayy. Got it back, still playing with the shit. Oh, homeless ass nigga, would you stand with the bitch? Playing with the shit, ayy. You can tell who really playing with the shit, ayy. You broke as hell, you ain't playing with the shit. Pillow talking on the players while you live with the bitch. Ayy, ayy. Pillow talking on the players while you live with the bitch.
Come on, Gangland. What's going on, man? Hey, y'all know how we do. We get on this motherfucker and we rock. We get on this motherfucker and we rock. You hear me? Shout out to the gang in the building. We got Show Love. We got Money Bird in the building. We got Tall Glass in the building. We got Ange in the building, 313. What up, dog? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Who we got in this motherfucker? We got Amy Limley. Shout out Amy Limley. Yeah, up in that Gangland this Friday. We got Mika 92. Shout out Mika 92 in the building. Gangland alumni, you know. Been around this motherfucker for a minute. Who else in this thing? My nigga Stash Low, man. Out of New York, you know what I'm saying? Brooklyn to be exact. Shout out Stash Low, man, out of Brooklyn. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to that chin. It's Gangland, you know what I'm saying? We got, who is this nigga? Computer Geek. We got Computer Geek tapping in. We going to get on it today, man. We got some Shanquella some other things I wanted to speak on, you know what I'm saying, that I had witnessed on social media that I think we need to talk about that we don't talk about. And that's what we do at Gangland. We talk about the shit that people don't want to talk about. And what we're going to talk about is our upbringing as far as in the hood. Like, young men, young women, the father not being home, the mother not being home, and what happens when things like that transpire and how it ultimately carries on to the child. And we don't know what that child might be. So we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. I seen a video that bothered me. It reminded me of me as a young kid. And yeah, man, I wanted to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, y'all know what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's Gangland TV, man. We about to get into some of that D-Baby. Y'all know I fuck with D-Baby. Out there, good Texas. Shout out Texas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Dallas, Houston. You hear me? Odessa. You know what I mean? When they get some of them, Fort Worth. You know what I'm saying? Or how they say it, Fort Worth. Fort Worth. Shout out Fort Worth. Shout out Fort Worth. Yeah. We around this motherfucker, man. Hold on, man. I'm about to pop my shit. Throw this D-Baby on, man. Mental healing. Niggas need some mental healing around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Niggas need some mental healing around this bitch. Yeah, for surely though, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We got some good content, awesome content. Y'all know how we do at Gangland. We don't miss. And like I say, man, we come with that shit. We come with that shit. And the difference between us is, like I say, we situated, y'all saturated. The content that we provide is real. It ain't no shit that niggas sitting there like, man, I'm about to play this, I'm about to play that. We go off however it feel, however nigga feel. That's what we gonna do. However, wherever the wind blows, we gonna talk about it. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted y'all to know we do this because we love to do it, man, and we love to bring awareness to certain situations that people may not even heard of or even know about. You see what I'm saying? And it'd be a lot of situations where people be like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't never heard that shit before, bro, till I came on Gangland. And when I came on Gangland, that's what I found out about that. Yeah. So yeah, man, we be having to. So let's get into it, man. We about to get to this D-Baby, this mental healing. And yeah, man, y'all know what it is. It's Gangland.
EJ Beats. I'm tired of the fake ass love they be giving. Say you ain't the same, but I'm knowing you ain't different. Off a perk right now, I was getting in my feelings. I think people try to hurt me just to see if I'm a feeling. I was trying to feel some things I ain't felt in a little minute. I was giving you my heart, my last came with it. You was shooting for the stars, I was shooting for a million. I was young and I ain't understand, I'm older now I get it. Come off on what you doing, bitch, I'm working, I ain't chilling. Say you love me when I'm down, but hate it when I'm winning. I was sober for some years, but I got a junkie in me. Family in the chain gang, I ain't seen them in a minute. Black tea, black sheep, I'm the one that you had left out. Stars in the roof, now I'm headed to the west side. Never fall in love with a bitch, I know she ain't mine. Treat her like the rolling on the wrist, watch her pass time. Used to be in love, but I learned my lesson back then. I just want a hoe who do it better than my last bitch. I'm pouring up the red, Kayla told me I was damn me. I got problems in my head, baby, I come with some bad hits. But got it coming home, I don't wanna see his mama cry. Big boss, I ain't tripping if a nigga gotta die. Tryna get them M's for that pain in his mama eyes. I gotta be headstrong, but deep down it's hurting me inside. I was down bad, had to call the plug back. I know the script, I'm sticking to it like a thumb tape. I cut him off for playing games, how you love that? Shawty got the thuggin' with my heart, I had to thug back. I can press a button on you, bitch, kill a pop off. Wanted to look out for my daddy, he was locked up. Wanna see my cousin one more time, but she boxed up. Graveyard talking to the dead, bitch, I'm chopped up. Cut it from the bottom, now I'm CEO and business. Granny told me never ever put no trust up in these bitches. When they speaking from mistakes that they had made, you gotta listen. I be working till the sun comes up. I ain't fan. My brother told me keep that thing on me. I get to myself like, what they changed on me? Yeah, I'ma pull up on you, gas tank on me. If you love me like you say you do, you gotta show me something. I gotta see.
As an entrepreneur, I'm 20.
Gangland, we around this motherfucker, man.
Man, bitch, stand on that. To the head, I'll show a nigga's feelings. My ninth and wood nigga up the street from the village.
We ain't in it, you niggas don't talk no blocks, we ain't in it.
Thing about Mackie, he gon' stand on business. Make sure you put him down, never leave a witness. No love for the suckers, never on forgetting. Stomp down on these niggas, cause niggas is big. Ooh, about to blow something. Man got the stick, about to hoe something. Ooh.
Y'all know what it is. It's Gangland TV. Sit there and live. Hit the like button. Don't be boosty. And subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell, man. That shit easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Subscribing, that's free as fuck. Hit the notification bell, that's free as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit's free.
Gang in the field, bitch. We be so like the pack.
Mommy! Stop. Mommy, wake up! Stop smacking your mother like that. Mommy! Will you talk? Will you talk to me? Talk to me! Talk to me!
Man, that little nigga going through it. Going through it. I'm gonna drop the link. He going through it. Nigga don't know what it is, man, to have a mama on dope, man, and you know, she getting high, trying to talk to you, can't talk to you. You know, is that shit crazy, man. I'm about to get me a drink too. I got a little something to sip on. By the way, I got a little something to sip on. Hold on, let me show that, man. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. I'll see what this is like. Yeah, this right here though. This right here, yeah, okay. This right here though, yeah, okay. That'll get the party started right there. Okay, yeah. That shit, yeah. Get the party started. That's it. Come on, man. I just dropped the link, man. Pop out, man, if you can relate. If you have family members or even yourself, man, can relate. Because say for instance the father is not present in the home and the mother is left. The mother is still she may be distraught over the father leaving the home. Now she's leaning towards drugs, things of that nature, and is ultimately like, you know, the kid growing up crazy, if you will. Like, come on, man, like, let me play it again for y'all real quick.
Mommy! Stop. Mommy, wake up! Stop smacking your mother like that. Mommy! Will you talk? Will you talk to me? Talk to me! Talk to me!
He slapped the shit out of her ass. Like, he frustrated. He upset. He's mad. You niggas don't know what it is, nigga, have a mama on dope, nigga. That little nigga right there is stressed out records right now. stressed out. You hear, mama, can you talk to me? Mama, what's wrong with you? To where he's slapping her. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. Come on, man. Like, what, as a kid, what are you supposed to do in that situation? As a kid, what do you do? As a kid, what do you do? Shit crazy. Like, come on, man. We got to make this make sense. These kids be needing our help. There's some motherfuckers might see a situation like that and ignore it. I mean, y'all know damn well that lady be getting high, and she don't need to, and that's why motherfuckers don't need to be getting high. You gonna get high, go ahead and get high. That's your prerogative. But to get high and be around your kids is just crazy. To be high and to be around your kids is crazy. Like, come on, man, make this make sense, please. He had to slap the air out of her ass. She like, wait a whoa. Straight blapped her ass out, man. High off that dope, man, trying to wake her ass up. Like, mama, get right. What the fuck, mama? And then you see a motherfucker wonder why he quiet. Wonder why motherfucker antisocial, man. Motherfucker grew up trife, man. Motherfucker grew up trife. You know? But let's get into the story, though, man. Y'all know what it is. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And slap that notification bell, man. Every time we spin a block, y'all gonna spin it with us, man. We on this Good Friday. Come on, man. Tamper with us is Gangland. We about to get into this story. I don't know if nobody ever heard of it, but most of the time I be playing shit people never heard of. But if you did, hey, man, good looking. You know what I'm saying? You woke. You woke. So, yeah, man, we about to get into it. Y'all hit the like button. It's Gangland.
Located 30 minutes from the capital of the Magnolia State is a city that's been dubbed the movie capital of Mississippi. The place that I'm speaking of is Canton. Canton, Mississippi has been the site for a lot of feature films, starting in 1995 with The Time to Kill, followed up by My Dog Skip, and then in the year 2000 with Brother, Where Art Thou? Films that capture the hearts of viewers and the attention of America. Outside of being a hub for filmmaking, Canton, Mississippi is 71% safer than other U.S. cities. It's a perfect place to raise a family, but a tight-knit community doesn't shield you from the dangers of the world, especially when the culprit is close to you. August 7th, 1990. The world would make way for Pheonecia Ratliff. She would be born to a father, Fitzgerald Otto, and a mother, Suzanne Ratliff. The place she called home was Canton, Mississippi, a small town that hosts just under 11,000 people. This would be the place that she would begin to grow and learn all about life. Pheonecia is described as a person who was honest, reliable, If you were having a bad day and you were down and out, her cheerful personality would most likely bring a smile upon your face. Outside of being a great friend or family member, she was also very ambitious. She was diligent. She knew the importance of setting goals and then reaching those goals. After completing the early years of her education, she would ultimately graduate from Canton High School and then afterwards head off to Jackson State University. In the year of 2019, Phoenicia would be 22 years old. During the journey of achieving higher education, she would bring another life into this world, a daughter. She would open her eyes and take her first breath in November of that year. Phoenicia had had this child with a long-term boyfriend, a boyfriend whom she'd met in high school, a guy who goes by the name of Jamarcus Black. Up until the point of Phoenicia's pregnancy, everything had been okay. But once she was pregnant, things in the relationship began to change. What was meant to be a happy moment would quickly turn sour. Upon finding out that they had conceived a child, Jamarcus would accuse Phenecia of trying to trap him with the baby. But to add insult to injury, Jamarcus didn't want the child, and he would rather Phenecia visit a clinic. Needless to say, Phenecia didn't follow through with this request, and upon her daughter entering this world, she would become her entire life. However, the arrival of her daughter didn't make things better between her and Jamarcus. He would begin using their daughter as a means to control her. He would use her as a pawn. An example of this would be them in an argument. If they were at odds, Jamarcus would take the baby to his father's house, sometimes days at a time. He would remain there at his father's home with the child, keeping her from Phenecia until he deemed her behavior acceptable, or in other words, caved to his needs. Although everything wasn't great in their relationship, Phenecia was trying her best to make it work for their child's sake. But the fight for their relationship was one-sided. It seems as if she was the only one trying, because her boyfriend Jamarcus was doing no more than trying to control her. Phenecia, again, was a very diligent person. She was still in school. She didn't let the baby stop her from completing her education. However, her boyfriend Jamarcus didn't like it. He would often tell her that she's been in school too long and try and persuade her to quit. But him being angered by her being in school didn't affect her because she had a child and she wanted to complete her education. That way she could give her daughter the best life possible. But sadly, these weren't their only problems. He would often follow her around in his car. He would go up to Jackson State to her school and check inside of her classrooms just to see if she's there. He would also follow her to a job, walk inside her place of employment, and start arguments. And on some occasions, he would even climb through the front window of her home in order to watch her inside of her sleep. By the beginning of spring of the year 2020, Phenecia had had enough, and she would break things off with Jamarcus. Breaking up with Jamarcus means he couldn't control her anymore. However, they did still have a daughter. Following the breakup, Jamarcus would begin demanding that he receive full custody of the child. But at this moment of time, Phenecia felt like she was the best fit for her daughter, so she wasn't giving him full custody, but he was allowed to see her. But he was very adamant that he wanted his daughter to himself, and he would raise this argument every time he got a chance. April 28th, 2020. It would be a normal day for Phenecia. At this moment of time, she was juggling a lot. She was still in school, but she also worked 2 jobs. She worked at Walmart and Subway. On this day, she would be scheduled to work at Subway, so she goes to work. But shortly after arriving at work, through the door walks Jamarcus, brandishing a firearm. He then tells Phenecia that if she didn't do what he wanted within a week and give him the baby, he would finish it for her. But on this day, by fate, it just so happened that a police officer would be passing the subway in which she was employed, so she would go outside and flag him down. Upon alerting the authorities, Jamarcus Black would be arrested. He would be booked into the Canton County Jail on charges of domestic violence and felony stalking. His bond for these charges would be set at a mere $15,000, and you only need 10%, which means he only needed $1,500 to walk the streets again. Due to the bond being set so low, he would be able to make it, and by May 11th of 2020, he would post that bond. Upon being released, he was informed that he was to have no contact with Pheonecia Ratliff. However, he immediately attempts to contact her, but she's not responding. And as the days begin to pass, he begins to become more agitated. May 14th, 2020. On this evening, 23-year-old Pheonecia Ratliff would be returning from working the late shift at Subway. As normal, whenever Phenecia worked the late shift, her mother would stay up and wait on her on the porch just to make sure she makes it inside safe. But before Phenecia could reach the porch, from behind a tree, out comes Jamarcus Black with a firearm in his hand. He then begins to try and force Phenecia inside of his vehicle. However, on this night, standing on the porch with Phenecia's mother was also her younger 21-year-old sister. And when she sees this happening, she attempts to stop him. He then turns the weapon on Phenecia's sister and then shoots her inside of the thigh. After committing this act, he would continue to force Phenecia inside of his vehicle, and then he flees the scene. After he's left the scene, police and paramedics are called, and luckily, Phenecia's sister would survive this altercation, and the authorities would be alerted that Phenecia had been kidnapped. Upon learning this information, they would immediately spring into action. They would begin combing the area, searching for Jamarcus's vehicle. However, they couldn't find it. Hours would pass with no word from Phenecia until around 6 a.m. on May 15th of 2020. It would be around this time that Jamarcus would call Phenecia's mother, and then he would demand that she take the baby to his aunt's house. Upon receiving this request, Suzanne Ratliff was reluctant. However, she felt if she did what he asked, he might release Phenecia. So she gets up at 6 a.m. and she drives to Jamarcus's aunt's home, and then she hands the baby off to his mother. After dropping the baby off, Suzanne Ratliff would then go home and prepare herself for work. She describes that at this moment of time, it wasn't much she could do, and she still had responsibilities. So she would prepare herself and head to work. At this moment of time, it has now been several hours since the last contact with Phenecia or Jamarcus. However, around noon of that day, she would receive a call. This phone call would be from her daughter Phenecia. In this phone call, Phenecia is distraught and she's crying. She then tells her mother that she wanted her to know that she loves her and the entire family. And then the call abruptly ends. Shortly after receiving this phone call, the authorities would reach out to Phoenicia's mother and give her the news. However, it wasn't the news she wanted. They had located Pheonicia and Jamarcus, but when they located them, they were both deceased. Jamarcus had shot Pheonicia once inside of the head and then turned the weapon on himself. The authorities were able to recover the location because they were tracking his cell phone. And after being missing for roughly 12 hours, they would both be found dead inside of his vehicle.
Behind. Do you have any veggie nuggets? She's vegan this week.
LG cooking appliances with innovative features like air fry and turbo cook. Feed your crowd.
Friends and family met to honor and remember Pheonecia Ratliff. Yesterday, the Jackson State University student was shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend, who then turned the gun on himself.
I invited you guys today in remembrance of my daughter, Pheonecia Marquita Renee Ratliff. May 15th is a day I will forever remember. That day in 2020 changed my life forever. Life was taken from her by the hands of a guy she thought loved her. No parent wants the news. Their child has passed away. But to get the news that your child was shot in the head and died in seconds, it's the most devastating news a parent can ever get. To hear my daughter tell me in her last voices that she loved me, and to tell all y'all how much she loved y'all. Showed me she was strong, even in her last minutes on earth. Y'all heard the saying, may the life you live speak for you. Well, I don't have to tell y'all, go deep into that, because everybody out here knew Pheonecia, and y'all knew she was loved. So with all that being said, in honor of her, I want us to release these blooms, that they may fly to the sky, where I truly believe deep in my heart that my daughter resides. I love you, Pheonecia, and I love you very well in my heart. I want to count of 3, release. 1, 2, 3. I love you, Nisha.
Love you, Nisha.
Yesterday was a lot. I turned my phone off, and today has been better because we have been together. It makes it seem as if she's still here with us because we're living off her memories. She was a very determined young lady. She was a very influential young lady, even to her sisters and even to myself. She never gave up easily, and she loved us. Just as we loved her. And now it's just so hard right now. To even accept this. Knowing that she was one of the innocent ones, she was so innocent, she was so sweet, and she was always to herself.
For I shall live your epitaph to make, or you survive when I in earth am rotten. From hence your memory death cannot.
They hitting me on Instagram and shit too. Hey, I know a few people just coming in. Welcome to Gangland, man. You know, on our weekend broadcast, you know, Good Friday broadcast. We about to bring it back a little bit for the new people who are just coming in, but sad story though. Sad story, like, and I'm pretty sure ain't nobody even heard it, her as well out of Jackson, Mississippi. She's from Mississippi. So we don't really hear too much about what's going on in Mississippi, other like the water crisis and other things of that nature. But I'm gonna bring it back just a little bit. So, man, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And appreciate y'all for tapping in, man, coming in, man. Let's watch this shit, man. This game, man.
And forced Phenecia inside of his vehicle. However, on this night, standing on the porch with Phenicia's mother was also her younger 21-year-old sister. And when she sees this happening, she attempts to stop him. He then turns the weapon on Phenicia's sister and then shoots her inside of the thigh. After committing this act, he would continue to force Phenecia inside of his vehicle, and then he flees the scene. After he's left the scene, police and paramedics are called, and luckily, Phenicia's sister would survive this altercation, and the authorities would be alerted that Phenecia had been kidnapped. Upon learning this information, they would immediately spring into action. They would begin combing the area, searching for Jamarcus's vehicle. However, they couldn't find it. Hours would pass with no word from Phenecia until around 6 a.m. on May 15th of 2020. It would be around this time that Jamarcus would call Phenicia's mother, and then he would demand that she take the baby to his aunt's house. Upon receiving this request, Suzanne Ratliff was reluctant. However, she felt if she did what he asked, he might release Phenecia. So she gets up at 6 a.m. and she drives to Jamarcus's aunt home, and then she hands the baby off to his mother. After dropping the baby off, Suzanne Ratliff would then go home and prepare herself for work. She describes that at this moment of time, it wasn't much she could do, and she still had responsibilities. So she would prepare herself and head to work. At this moment of time, it has now been several hours since the last contact with Phenecia or Jamarcus. However, around noon of that day, she would receive a call. This phone call would be from her daughter Phenecia. In this phone call, Phenecia is distraught and she's crying. She then tells her mother that she wanted her to know that she loves her and the entire family. And then the call abruptly ends. Shortly after receiving this phone call, the authorities would reach out to Phenicia's mother and give her the news. However, it wasn't the news she wanted. They had located Phenecia and Jamarcus, but when they located them, they were both deceased. Jamarcus had shot Phenecia once inside of the head and then turned the weapon on himself. The authorities were able to recover the location because they were tracking his cell phone. And after being missing for roughly 12 hours, they would both be found dead inside of his vehicle.
Friends and family met to honor and remember Pheonecia Ratliff. Yesterday, the Jackson State University student was shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend, who then turned the gun on himself.
I invited you guys today in remembrance of my daughter, Pheonecia Marquita Renee Ratliff. May 15th is a day I will forever remember. That day in 2020 changed my life forever. Life was taken from her by the hands of a guy she thought loved her. No parent wants to hear the news their child has passed away. But to get the news that your child was shot in the head and died in seconds, it's the most devastating news a parent can ever get. To hear my daughter tell me in her last voices that she loved me, and to tell all y'all how much she loved y'all. Show me she was strong, even in her last minutes on earth. Y'all heard the saying, may the life you live speak for you. Well, I don't have to tell y'all, go deep into that because everybody out here knew Phoenicia and y'all knew she was loved. So with all that being said, in honor of her, I want us to release these blooms that they may fly to the sky, where I truly believe deep in my heart that my daughter resides. I love you, Phoenicia, and I love you for carry you well in my heart. I want count of 3, release. 1, 2, 3. I love you, Nisha.
Love you, Nisha.
Yesterday was a lot. I turned my phone off, and today has been better because we have been together. It makes it seem as if she's still here with us because we're living off her memories. She was a very determined young lady. She was a very influential young lady, even to her sisters and even to myself. She never gave up easily, and she loved us. Just as we loved her. And now it's just so hard right now. To even accept this. Knowing that she was one of the innocent ones. She was so innocent. She was so sweet, and she was always to herself.
For I shall live your epitaph to make, or you survive when I in earth am rotten. From hence your memory death cannot take, although in me each part will be forgotten. Your name from hence immortal life shall have, though I once gone, to all the world must die. The earth can yield me but a common grave, when you entombed in men's eyes shall lie. Your monument shall be my gentle verse, which eyes not yet created shall o'erread, and tongues to be your being shall rehearse. When all the breathers of this world are dead, you still shall live. Such virtue hath my pen, where breath most breathes, even in the mouths of men.
What happened to 23-year-old Pheonecia Ratliff is nothing short of tragic. But what is worse in this case is she did everything right. She called the authorities. She alerted them on his behavior. She took out an order of protection. And in the end, it still wasn't enough. After the death of Pheonecia Ratliff, the state itself would begin to take more precaution on domestic violence victims. But it's sad that she had to lose her life to open so many eyes. If you or someone you know are struggling with domestic violence, don't be afraid to reach out for help. The number is 1-800-799-7233. Again, that's 1-800-799-7233. Don't be afraid to reach out. Someone is there to speak with you, to help you along the way. This number is open 24/7 and is completely confidential. Don't be afraid to receive the help. Rest in peace, Pheonecia Ratliff. Thank you for being a light for others.
Wow, man.
I just dropped the link again. If y'all would have come up and converse about this shit, man. This shit happened in Mississippi, and she, like they say, she took the proper steps. She took the proper steps to make sure she was safe. It is like sometimes we gotta make sure, like she should have been carrying. You see what I'm saying? She should have been carrying. Hey, no, this nigga kidnapped her, shot her sister, and then nigga got on with her in the car. Then shot her, then shot himself. Nigga, you was a coward, but GLD, you was a coward.
Man, I don't know, man. It's like, what's the point, right? What's the point of, doing all the propers when it just don't seem to matter? It seems, yeah, it's time to open carry, man. Give him a few friends to go chase him off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit, like, that restraining order shit don't work.
It don't. It means nothing.
It do, but it don't. Depending on the situation, it do, but it don't, because you could put like say like you put a restraining order on a girl, and she know how you land. She like, man, I ain't about to keep playing with this man. This nigga liable to pop me because I'm posing a threat. He's in an open carry state. I'm playing with this nigga. You posing a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You think a nigga ain't gonna try to,
Yeah, I know. And it's sad. It's time for some blam blams to come from the victims now. Turn the victim into the victor. And put these fools out. Put these fools out, man.
Yeah, I'm like, at this point, niggas gotta, you got a woman in your family, man, ask questions, man. Y'all cool? You for sure y'all cool? Even though nigga y'all getting to it and then they turn around and still be with the nigga. Fuck all that. If it's some weird shit like that, it ain't no sense of going back. Like, come on, man. He putting his hands on you. He doing all this weird shit. Why go back? That's not normal. That's not normal. Normal is being loved, being cared about. A man treating his woman like a queen, so on and so forth. Not mentally abusing, physically abusing, verbally abusing. You know what I'm saying? Just tearing her down completely. You supposed to be loving on that lady and fucking her to the ground. You know what I'm saying? On the real. That's what you supposed to be doing. Loving on that lady, cherishing that lady for being the mother, whatever she is to your household. The queen, the co-captain, not fucking shooting her sister and kidnapping her. Then, like, what did he, like, take the babies to my auntie house or to my mama house? Nigga, for what? Nigga, for what? You already knew in your head, nigga, you was about to do something to her anyway. That's foul.
Facts.
Weird ass nigga.
Yeah, the days, look, as far as I'm concerned, the days of these people doing this is coming to an end. It's time to fight back. It's time to put people down. As far as I'm concerned, they can get up off this earth expeditiously. I'm tired of it, and I'm pretty sure everybody else is tired of it. There's too many people passing on that don't deserve it. It's time for these niggas to get going. Take them off the face of the earth if they don't want to treat people right. That's not love, man. And then you gonna say, take the kid? Is you nuts? Really? Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's time for them to go. All of them.
Yeah, that shit like when you fuck love ain't got shit to do with it. A motherfucker ain't treating you right. I mean, you can look at other motherfuckers like some people can mask it, and you gonna be like, damn man, they was cool. And then outside looking in, they was alright. But now you looking at it like, damn nigga, he done killed her and did this and did that. Like, damn, what's going on? I thought they was doing cool. Why did he tone on her like that? Oh, mama's though.
Man, I don't know, but it's time for them to go. All these people, Cabo 6, all of them, all these people that's doing dirt, taking people off the face of the earth that don't deserve it. It's time for them to go, as far as I'm concerned. It's time. This is getting disgusting, you know. It's time. Shoot, I'm about to, giddy up on some stuff, giddy up on some protection as well. You know what I'm saying?
So like she said, I'm about to giddy up on some wee wee.
That too, but I'm talking about getting up on some iron. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. Fools be out here for no reason or whatever reason they think in their head. It's time to put them down, brother.
Let's get into this content. Justice for Keisha White. We've been on this topic for like the past four broadcasts, and we're gonna keep talking about it to bring awareness. It's been 9 years, no justice, and what's going on with Shanquella? It's going on a year, no justice. Who's to blame? Who's to blame? It's no justice. Who's to blame? So yeah, man, let's get into it. We ain't getting no justice with Keisha White. They over there playing bullshit games. So who's to blame? We need to figure out, like, hey, if it's nothing legally that can be done, people must be aware of this. If it's nothing legally that can be done, we at least need to be aware of this situation. So y'all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's Gangland.
Everybody, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be picking up where I left off when I was talking about the torture aspect of what happened to my daughter, Keisha White. For those of you who are new here, Keisha died from lack of oxygen while in restraints at Vidant Medical Center in Greenville, North Carolina. The new name of the hospital is ECU Health. It's been over 9 years and still no arrests have been made. No charges have been filed. I make these videos to tell the world what happened and to hopefully gain public support as I continue to fight for justice the only way I know how. With that said, I had made dozens of videos over the summer and was editing them for public release, but I had to take a break from that because doing so was really getting to me, and I decided to just focus on other ways of getting the story out. Now I'm back to editing those pre-recorded videos. So, today I'm talking about the whole torture thing and how this case deserves first-degree murder charges. I will also get into the other aspects of murder charges in future videos, okay? So, without further ado, here we go. Failure to provide oxygen after a patient has complained of difficulty breathing. Failure to acknowledge signs of hypoxia, which is lack of oxygen. Shackling a patient to a bed, thus rendering the patient totally dependent on the nurse and the nursing staff for everything. Everything, okay? Everything from care to water. Failure to provide treatment. Notify the nurse practitioner. Seek assistance from the charge nurse or other nurses if necessary, and or send the patient to ICU where the patient was in cardiac arrest. Failing to do these things is torture to a patient. Torture. And this torture led to the death of Keisha Marie White. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some of these failures. Failure to follow physician's orders for continued cardiac monitoring. Okay, and failure to follow physician's orders for continued oxygen therapy. So when the nurse said that she was not going to reconnect the cardiac leads, according to a coworker's statement in the DHHS report, she was going directly against doctor's orders. She can't say she didn't know what the doctor's orders were. Plus, it wasn't her first time working with Keisha. She had worked with her on several other occasions. She might even be the person who took Keisha's phone that got missing. But anyway, she was familiar with Keisha's case. And also, you know that nurses are briefed at the beginning of the shift on what's going on and so on and so forth with the patients. So, you know, come on. She can't say she didn't know. And she also failed to follow physician's orders for notifying the nurse practitioner on call of changes in the patient's behavior. She failed to notify the nurse practitioner on call of changes in patient symptoms. She did notify the nurse practitioner when she needed to get the order for restraints because he had to write the order. Okay, so there are two things that Linda Brixton did communicate with the nurse practitioner about. One of them was to get the orders for restraints, and the other one was when she allegedly informed the nurse practitioner that the patient had calmed down, and since the patient was resting, she did not want to draw labs. When it came to the nurse communicating with the nurse practitioner, she did talk to him to get the order for restraints. And then she talked to him again when she wanted to cancel the labs, okay, allegedly. And then allegedly, her reason to him was that the patient was resting and she did not want to draw the labs. Okay, but there were labs that were drawn. Labs were drawn because in the medical records, a lot of those tests that the nurse practitioner had ordered came back. They were ready by 1 o'clock in the morning. There was, I think, maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 of something that didn't come in until after 1, but everything was back no later than 2 o'clock in the morning. Some of y'all might recall me saying that when I talked to the nurse just before 3:30 in the morning, I had asked her, was the test results back? And she told me no, that the only one that had come back was the one that showed that the potassium was a little high. So again, we know that labs were drawn. It's just that why in the hell was the ABG test canceled? The arterial blood gas test was the only test that would have told the nurse practitioner what was really going on with Keisha, that her blood was filling up with gas instead of oxygen. So that statement that she made to the nurse practitioner was bullshit. I mean, yeah, Keisha might have been resting, but hell, she couldn't help but to be resting. She was dying. She was dying at the time. Oh boy. Now y'all see why it's so hard for me to make these videos. My goodness. Okay, but I got to keep moving forward. So let's move forward. There's a statement on page 70 and 71 of the 194-page document that I got from the North Carolina Board of Nursing. And I will show it to you, put it up here on the screen so that you guys will know that I didn't just make that up, okay? So getting back to the 2 times that Linda Brixton, the nurse, did communicate with the nurse practitioner, neither of those 2 occasions were to the benefit of the patient. They weren't to Keisha's benefit. And then all the other times that the nurse should have been communicating with the nurse practitioner, those would have been a benefit to the patient, but she didn't communicate. Okay. So the nurse practitioner and the physician's prognosis included their expectation that the patient's kidney function would improve. Okay, so some of you might already know or remember that Keisha had lupus, and she was in the hospital initially because she was having complications from lupus, and her kidneys were in acute kidney failure. So The nurse practitioner and the doctors believed that the kidney function would improve. There was no expectation that the patient would soon die or was in end stages of life. And reports of information that would lead to proper treatment was never discussed with the nurse practitioner, at least as far as I know at this point. Now, I'm confused. And I don't mean to be confused. It's really no telling who knew what. And the only way to know who knew what is for this shit to go to trial, for some charges to be filed, for some arrests to be made. At least arrest the people who you know you have enough evidence to charge and arrest, and put them on the stand, and then call everybody else as witnesses, and then get all the shit out in the open, and then you'll be able to know who did what, who knew what, who said what. Because at this point, I don't even know anymore. What I do know is that nobody communicated with me. You know, somebody, any damn body, could have wrote something down on a piece of paper and folded it up in an airplane and threw it at me. Ball it up like a piece of trash and threw it at me with a note. Hey, check your baby's oxygen. Hey, check your baby's leads. Hey, check your baby's cardiac monitor. It would have been so simple. Okay, so the model penal code. The United States Model Penal Code uses the word reckless, that reckless behavior can be inferred as intent. For first-degree murder. And just out of the stuff that you have heard me talk about so far, do you think, what's your opinion? Do you think that the behavior of the nurse has been reckless enough to infer her intent? I mean, we're not talking about somebody who has no medical training, a new nurse or something, not understanding the potential consequences of their actions or inactions. We're talking about a seasoned nurse who had been a nurse for over 20 years, 22 years to be exact. And you want to know what's scary about that? How many times did Linda Brixton do this to a patient in her 22 years as a nurse? Isn't that horrifying? I mean, think about that. She seems to do everything with ease. With my daughter, it seems like it took practice to get this good at what she did, because I believe the stage was set. I can't say definitely, I don't think. The stage was set, okay? When I say the stage was set, I mean the nasal cannula was at Keisha's nose to give the illusion she was getting the oxygen. The cardiac monitor was silenced in the room to give the illusion that if you don't hear it beeping or making any noise or whatever, that you're thinking that, if it's not beeping, then everything must be okay. The cardiac monitor was silenced on the technician's end from the room. The ABG test was canceled. And then she's telling the nurse practitioner, well, she's resting, and and I don't want to draw the labs right now because she's resting, and let's just let her die. Let's just let her die. She didn't say that, of course. Let's just let her rest for now. So that means, when I was in there, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know she was laying there dying. The nurse practitioner, I guess he didn't know she was laying there dying. The monitor technicians, they didn't know she was laying there dying. Nobody knew except for Linda Brixton and the nurse that falsified the records. Both of them knew that she was laying there dying. Okay, so let's move on. Linda Brixton failed to intervene or facilitate obtaining physician's orders for a patient with acute changes in vital signs, oxygenation, oxygen saturation levels, and levels of consciousness. Yet she was trained to be a medical surgical nurse. Linda Brixton took no action in response to the multiple calls from the monitor technician, alerting her that the patient was off the cardiac leads. See, every time that she got one of those notices, that was a reminder. And every time she made a choice not to reconnect the cardiac leads. I don't even want to call this reckless behavior at this point, because, reckless, the word reckless, kind of goes with not really understanding the outcome of your actions. Like, I know it's a little bit dangerous and da 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 da, but let's do this and have fun kind of thing. And you're not really thinking about, the outcome, of your actions, the consequences or whatever, but intentional, because again, she didn't just make simple mistakes. She didn't just make careless mistakes. She made choices. She made choices all motherfucking night. She made choices all motherfucking morning until about 6 o'clock in the morning when code was called. She made choices. Acute changes in the patient's symptoms and behavior occurred over the course of 11 hours of a 12-hour shift. Linda Brigson failed to notify the physician, the emergency response team, or other available resources of the acute changes of the patient. All she had to do was just install the new oxygen tank. So why didn't she install it and turn it on? Actually, I want to know who turned the old one off. Because if y'all remember me saying in one of the other videos, when the ERT got the heartbeat back and they were trying to transport Keisha from the room to ICU. And I had gone in there to gather up her things so that I could follow them to the ICU. And I heard one of the ERT people saying how Keisha might not have enough oxygen to make it from the room to ICU. Well, that implies that there was some oxygen in that tank, in the old tank. So, and that wasn't on. It couldn't have been on because she didn't get it. So who the fuck turned off the old tank? And then when Linda Brigson ordered the new tank of oxygen and she didn't put it on, if at no other time than when she checked Keisha's oxygen at 2 o'clock in the morning and saw that it was 62%, a bell should have went off in her head like a motherfucker. Like, dang, I forgot to connect this patient. Let me go get the oxygen and put on this girl before she die on me. You know what I'm saying? Cardiac arrest could have been prevented or caught early enough to revive the patient if the cardiac leads were connected to the patient and if the cardiac monitor had not been silenced. DHHS determined that Keisha White was in immediate jeopardy. The Joint Commission determined that the patient's death was a sentinel event. And basically, it's an unexpected event that results in death or serious harm to the patient. Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services describes the same event as a never event because it's never supposed to happen. A patient that is already admitted into a hospital and has doctor's orders for continued oxygen therapy should never die of lack of oxygen. That's just a no-brainer. People, the failures that I talked about in this video are torture to a patient. The abuse and neglect inflicted on Keisha White was quote unquote reckless, using the words that legal people use. And it was without regard for human life. It was not brief in time, as in a few seconds or a few minutes or even a few hours, as it spanned 11 hours until Keisha White was dead. Do y'all understand that? After 16 minutes of trying, after Code Blue was called, they did get a heartbeat, but that was the heart. The brain was dead. So I'm going to ask y'all to engage with this video, share, like, comment.
Damn, Gangland, like, shit. Happy belated birthday. She would have been like 37. I think we the same age. She would have been 37. 37, 36, 37. Man, I'm high, man. I don't know what the fuck. I forgot, bro. But I'm born in 87 too. I'm weak right now. This some good ass weed. What the fuck is this? Garlic breath and some ice cream cake. Yeah, man, let's get into the conversation, man. We're gonna continue the conversation in Clubhouse. I gotta go to the studio and shit tonight. Depending on what time I got to the studio, we're gonna go live again though. But yeah, man, tap in. We're gonna be back on this subject when we come back. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell every time we spin the block. Y'all gonna spin it with us, you hear me? It's Gangland TV, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Pop up in the clubhouse. We about to go to the clubhouse real quick, though. We're gonna be in that clubhouse. So yeah, y'all tap in, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's Gangland.
Yeah. Run on Mac, bitch. Benz up. Northwest shit. Up toast, talk shit, and we swallow spit. You niggas fool. Thought y'all was solid. Ain't that about a bitch drip sauce? Mix the Louis with the off-white. You niggas hoes. Game goofy, nowhere boss like. BB's on my chest, Jubilee on my left wrist, and white and blue. B-22s off my checklist. Ride around with 7.6 tools, bitch, we reckless. 30 plus shots if you reach at this necklace. TVC, blast first gang, bitch, we wreck shit. Currency, watch it stack it up like it's Tetris. White on white whips, and I still got the Lexus. Step foot in front of this AR, that's a death wish. It's funny games to them hollow tips to this funny bone. We sitting with a long ass face, I guess it's money gone. Drop low on two niggas, that shit had me up. Since you niggas pocket, watch you go ahead, add me up. Smack.
We ain't into that. You niggas ain't got a bag. We ain't into that. We ain't into that. That bitch don't fuck it over. We ain't into that. We ain't into that. You niggas ain't on the block. We ain't into that. We ain't into that. You niggas don't turn no blocks. We ain't into that.
It ain't no plan, both sides, that's what the suckers do. I feel the fans been watching close, I gotta stick and move. Glizzy with a drum, thumbing through blue strips when these bitches choosing. They trying to catch me to wet me, that's why I'm sticking moving. Bitch, I'm a thug that hold a grass, so I can't cease to shooting. 100 to the jeweler, 30 on my wrist freezing. I'm overlapping niggas quick, it ain't no competition. Bitches feeling bitter, cause I'm popping and I'm that nigga. Let it fall back, and I'ma ride one of these rapping niggas. The shooters off of E, bounce out and get the gas and niggas. Talk about 100, I spent it twice cause the bag right. Do it for my section, trying to get a set some limelight. Killers on level 4 with no parole, that's facing double life. Broke it out, the bitch was in the bricks when I was selling white. Killers on level 4 with no parole, that's facing double life. Broke it out, the bitch was in the bricks when I was selling white as hands up.
We ain't into that. You niggas ain't got a bag. We ain't into that. We ain't into that. That bitch don't fuck it over. We ain't into that. We ain't into that. You niggas ain't on the block. We ain't into that. We ain't into that. You niggas don't turn no blocks. We ain't into that.
Niggas know me, been off the points is like back when. Gang in the field, bitch, we be so like the Pac-10. Gangland, we around this motherfucker, man. Oh, man, bitch, stand on that. To the head, I'll show a nigga's feelings. My Ninth and Wood nigga, up the street from the village.
We ain't into that. You niggas don't turn no blocks. We ain't into that.
Make sure you put him down, never leave a witness. No love for the suckers, never on forgiveness. Stomp down on these niggas, cause niggas is big. Ooh, about to blow something. Man got the stick, about to hold something. Ooh. Y'all know what it is. It's Gangland TV. Sit there and live. Hit the like button. Don't be boosty. And subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell, man. That shit easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Subscribing. That's free as fuck. Hit the notification bell. That's free as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit's free. Gang in the field, bitch. We be so like the Pac-10.